Hello everyone and welcome back to Art Incorporated. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to call it shake art. You guys can decide what you want to call it from there. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take a little piece of white paper, put it in a container with some paint, and we're going to shake it up really hard and we're going to see what kind of designs come out on our paper. So I thought this was a really cool idea, and it's a little bit different way of painting. So you will need for this activity a container with a lid. I have a small one, you can use a bigger one. You'll need paints, any color works. You're going to need a little bit of tape, scissors, and white paper. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take off the lid on my container and see kind of how big it is. So my container is not very big, so I'm going to make a tiny square. I'm going to cut a little tiny rectangle. And I'm going to tape it inside of the lid. Yep. So I kind of placed mine in the lid and it looks like it's going to fit. So I'm going to take a tiny piece of tape. You don't need a lot of tape. And I'm just going to roll it up. And I'm going to stick it on my paper and stick my paper on the lid, so it'll hold on there. And then the next step is we're going to add some paint to our little container. So I'm just going to shake this up a little bit because this paint sometimes sits for a little bit long. There we go. And you don't need too much paint. A few drops should work. That looks like enough. And then I have some red too. Open this one out. Just need a little bit of each. It's going to be a little bit more red than blue, and that's okay. So I have my paints in here. I'm going to try and put on my lid, and you want to put it on as tight as you can. I'm going to put a little bit of tape over mine, over the edges of mine, so that if it escapes, I won't get all dirty. Tape around the edges. And the fun thing about this shake art is you don't really know what kind of pattern you're going to get. It all depends on how you shake your container. It's a little bit like splatter painting, but you don't have as much control, I don't think. Okay, so I have mine taped all the way around, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it. We're going to shake the container up. You can knock it on the table. You can turn it around. You can roll it around. You can smack it on there a little bit. All of my paint kind of went to one side, so let's see if we can knock some around. Okay. Okay, I think I've knocked mine around enough. So now I'm going to take the tape off and let's see what's hiding underneath the lid. And you can tap this a little bit to get some of it off the lid. Let's open it up and let's see what our paper looks like inside. Ooh, so I mostly got red on mine, but it kind of started to mix with the blue and it made kind of a cool like water effect. And there's also some paint splatters on the back of mine too. So I think I would add just a little bit more paint. And we can do this again. So I'm going to stick this back on here. And I'm going to add a little bit more paint than I did to the container. A little bit more blue. I still have a lot of red in here, but I'm still going to put a little bit more red. And you can probably add a little bit of water to your paints if it's not super flowy. the lid back on. This time I'm not gonna tape it this time. Just rock it around in my hand a little bit. Oh, I can't see mine anymore. Container's all covered. Okay, let's open it up and see what we got here. Ooh, so kind of mixed, and in some spots it's red, some spots it's blue, and in some spots it turned purple, because that's what happens when you mix red and blue together. So I'm gonna let this dry on the side before I hang it up, and it would be really cool if you made a whole bunch of these, and you could use them for cards or little bookmarks or something like that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you do follow along and do the lesson, please post a picture or a video down below so we can see what you guys are up to. Otherwise, thank you for joining me for Art Incorporated, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!